This video is sponsored by Go European. Check out their website today for their latest vehicles and stock.
Here we go, Beaconsfield Holiday Park. 5 stars, bespoke lodges, static holiday homes, touring park, indoor heated swimming pool on a campsite. This bad boy is the MegaMobil Mega Lounge 640, kindly given to us by Go European. It's actually one of the cheaper ones in the range, but it's beautiful, lovely to drive, and you wait till you see what's in the back. Oh, look at the driveway up to the campsite. This is stunning. Tell you what, it's a right little chicane though. This vehicle handles well. Wow, look at that view. This is what campervanning is all about. Getting back to nature. Ah, hello little fish. Actually quite big fish. I actually think it's quite a good looking van, you know. And lesser known fact, I owned one of these in 2008 because I went on Dragon's Den, got 50 grand investment, and the first thing I bought was a West Highland Terrier called Monty. The second thing I bought was a brand new van that I really didn't need, and Deborah and Theo weren't that happy, but I think it's pretty. It's had a facelift, looks quite cool. Mega Lounge 640. It is pretty mega, isn't it? 640, that must be the length in weirdly centimetres. 6.4 metres, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 400 mil, because that is 200 mil. I know that for a fact. It's very long and it's very tall. Standard van rear. But while we're here, external hinges on vans. Please, manufacturers, can we improve that? Why are we still looking at ugly cast hinges on the outside? I don't get it. Love the silver with the matte black. I think that's really nice. Disguises the windows quite well. We've got water fill up. Gas output for a barbecue, that's good. TV, right, 3-pin socket and somewhere for an aerial to go if you're on the continent, that's good. I do like silver. The silver contrasts lovely with the black, and silver doesn't show dust, doesn't show dirt, and doesn't show scratches. I always buy silver vehicles. I think it looks pretty cool. Looks roughy-tufty, looks off-road. I'm not sure about the tyres. I'd probably go for knobbly all-terrain tyres on steel wheels. But it's a pretty good-looking vehicle, I think. Nice awning. Not sure about the compass. No need for that. That doesn't work. But we do have the biggest side door in the world. No. To make the step go down and out, you have to press the up button. To make it go in, of course, you press the down button. That's confusing. Pretty useful though, and I like the way it cantilevers out. I tell you what, I really enjoy the fact that the kitchen is right in front of that door. I would cook with the door open, get rid of all that moisture, all the smells. 2 gas hobs, lovely little sink, glass top. You can fold that down and use it for prep. Loads of storage. Like loads of storage actually. Food, cutlery, crockery. It's amazing how much storage you do need in a camper van. Loads of drawers, loads of sockets. In fact, hundreds of sockets, it would appear. And quite a large bathroom by the looks of things. I'm always nervous these tambour doors rattle when you're driving, but this one didn't at all. It's got a nice little magnet there. And that's a really clever way of taking a door out of the equation rather than it opening into the space. Speaking of doors, that's clever. It goes from toilet mode into shower mode. That keeps all the water off your toilet area. Because let's face it, this shower is only ever used if you've been paddle boarding, hiking, you come back, you just want a quick wash for 5 minutes. That is the perfect size of shower room. Any more, and it's a waste of space, isn't it? I like that. It's light, it's bright, it's airy, does the job. Looks quite pretty. For a van of this size, this is a huge lounge diner. And it's actually rather comfortable as well. A lot of fabric. Is a bit like a padded cell, but that's because MegaMobil come from the fabric industry, and it's actually really plush. It's nice to touch. It looks like Alcantara, looks very high-end, especially with this cross-stitching. It's very grey. I think from an interior design point of view, I might like to see some of the timber tones in here, maybe around here, but it's comfy, it's practical, and of course, once that ceiling comes down out of the sky, this becomes a massive double bed. You've got a big, big sleeping area. The elevating bed changes the entire layout, design and space saving and space utilisation of this van. I quite like the fact it doesn't feel like two chairs either side of a table. It feels like a built-in seating area. Looks really cosy and comfortable. There's additional storage under there, and this weird bit here initially thought was a very big armrest. But of course, that's the garage in the back where you store your chairs, your barbecues, your tables, all your outdoor bits and bobs, probably hiking boots. So that's a really usable space, and it does add to the comfort. Nice ambient lighting, not too many brash overhead lights. Yeah, do you know what? It's calm, it's comfortable. I could see myself spending a lot of time here. But right now, it's time for lunch. So I had planned on making us lovely homemade burgers with a brioche bun and lettuce and lovely fresh meat. But unfortunately, I'm not allowed to, so it's going to have to be in a tortilla because there's signs. And we can't break the rules. No burgers, no backpacks, and definitely no milkshakes. What does that actually even mean? I've got no idea. Let's have some burgers. I'm loving the fact I'm cooking by an open door. It lets in all that air, all that light, lets out all the smells. Now, of course, this is a Continental van, which means the side door is on the same side as the driver's door. Slightly confusing, but it works really well with this layout. Now, let's be honest, when you're campervanning, chances are you spend 50% of your time eating and drinking in the pub. But it is lovely to be self-sufficient. You've got a double gas hob, little sink, perfect for making a breakfast or a lunch. You've got a lovely big fridge for white wine and cider, and then you've got a little oven as well. So you're really self-sufficient. You could survive here. When you imagine what driving a campervan might feel like and sound like, it's probably as everything in the back rattles around. This van is really, really quiet. The only thing that irritated me, because I get very easily irritated, was the grill in the oven. I did have to stop, get out, wrap it in a tea towel and go again. It's not too wide, it's quite long, but there is a reversing camera on the rearview mirror. It's comfortable, there's just 2 seats up front, plenty of space, a modern stereo. The driver's seat swivels around, which is really nice, so that's an extra little seating area, somewhere to use your laptop maybe. The exterior styling does look quite rugged. I'm a real fan of this van. I even love the stubby nose. If I had to pick one fault with this van, last night while I was sleeping, granted my head was directly above it, I could hear the heater, but that was just the fan slowly buzzing along. There are 2 settings on the fan. We put it on the lowest setting, but I could still just hear it. I guess I could have put my head to the other end or the other side. I've had a thoroughly lovely time. I'm going to be gutted giving this back, actually. I have had a mega time in the MegaMobil Mega Lounge 640, which, as we know, means it's 6.4 metres in length. I'm going to miss it. I've got to go home to my shipping container now. That feels like a downgrade. Can we go on another adventure, please?